Judgment Day happens.
So you're remembering the future?
No. The boy is the alternate timeline version of you. Kyle Reese is remembering his own past, which is our future.
That makes it so much better. How can he be remembering two timelines?
It is possible if you were exposed to a nexus point in the time flow when you were in a quantum field.
Can you stop him talking like that? Is there a switch or something?
Pops, try again.
A nexus point is an event in time of such importance that it gives rise to a vastly different future.
After John was attacked, when I was in the sphere, that's when the memories began.
If John Connor were to be killed or compromised, it could result in the ability to remember both pasts. Theoretically.
All right, guys. Oh, wait. I haven't.
You didn't do that in the last podcast? Your Chewbacca impression?
I know. I feel bad.
Right?
I think it's because he's technically not in it.
Yeah, well.
So that's why.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, can you hear my chair squeaking?
Yeah, I can actually, yeah.
Okay, can you hear this?
Yeah, I can hear it squeaking.
So, okay, guys. So, I just want people to know I'm on a squeaky chair. I'm using my folks' office, so I'm not recording in my regular office. So, if you hear this, that's not me farting. Let's get that out of the way now.
It sounds like a Terminator fart.
There you go.
Metallic. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. This movie actually has a tagline. And I like my movie taglines, right?
Okay.
But this one has the perfect fucking tagline for this film. The rules have just been reset.
Yep. What they should have added on to that was, and not for the better.
This had such fucking potential. Guys, I was on board for some of this. I was like the first couple of minutes, like, okay, we're doing a requel. I kind of like this, but oh boy, if you don't have the original cast back and you're going to be ballsy by doing this, you better do it right like they did with Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills and Ends. They did a perfect job of blending old with new. And all right, Paramount bought the rights. They were gonna do a trilogy, so this was already greenlit for 2 more sequels. They had to rush it, go figure, because the rules are
the rights.
The 2019 Cameron got the rights back.
Yes, yeah.
That's why he quickly had Dark Fate ready to go, because he wanted to fix what was about to happen.
Yep.
You've got Alan Taylor on board. Not a bad choice. Did Thor Dark World. Not a fan of it, but I can see why he'd do a Terminator film. And he's obviously known for Game of Thrones. That might be the director's downfall in that one, just because that's why he casted Emilia Clarke. And she is fucking woeful.
Yeah. Her and Jay Courtney, basically the two leads, because Arnie's a supporting character here, and he just looks tired and old, sadly. I'm sorry to say. But the two main leads here are piss poor.
Yeah, not too good. We got Lauren Balt this time, who I like as a composer. I like him. He did all of Michael Bay stuff and Mission Impossibles. So he's a good director, and I do like the score on this. I don't get my ba-dum-bum-ba-dum. Get it at the end.
Get it bit, yeah.
Yeah, but not really.
Yeah.
And Arnold is casted, and he's not casted, oh boy, as the Terminator. He is casted as the Guardian.
It doesn't even make sense.
Well, it does, because he's protecting.
No, I know that there, but, it's... We'll get to it.
Because he's not a Terminator anymore. He doesn't terminate, and that's the problem.
I'm just fucking bored with this already, with this Arnie as a good guy Terminator. It was played out after 2, and then we got it again and again, and it's just, it's just boring me now. So it is.
Well, on paper, you got a pretty good, some good actors in here. You got Arnold, who plays the Guardian. Jason Clarke, who I do like to see.
He's the best.
Love him in Zero. I do like him. He's in it, and he's good in it. And he was in Zero Dark 30.
Yeah.
So I enjoy Jason Clarke's stuff. Emilia Clarke, nope, as Sarah. Jay Courtney, nope, as Kyle Reese.
Yeah.
And then you got J.K. Simmons, which wasn't a bad idea. why he's there. Matt Smith, completely wasted, plays Alex.
With a dodgy
And then
American accent.
Then you've got the Dysons. The Dysons, they created Genisys, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But no, basically after 2, Skynet was no more, but this is Miles Dyson's son, who was a kid in Terminator 2.
Oh, that's how I recognize the name. He was the kid in Terminator.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Fair enough. And then, oh my God, wasted. You've got Lee Byung-hun, I believe is how you pronounce his name. I apologize if I got that wrong. He plays the cop. He's kind of like the T-1000.
He is the T-1000.
He is so good. I like him. He should have been in the whole film. You've got, I mean, he plays Storm Shadow in G.I. Joe, Magnificent Seven. He's in Squid Game. I Saw the Devil, Red 2. And the guy's I really like seeing him on the screen, and I wanted more of him. But sadly, we don't get enough of him. He had, in the beginning, I think would have worked. It's kind of like just a kind of recap, I guess you can say. It's 1997. It's pretty much Earth being destroyed. It's actually a pretty nice little segment. Unfortunately, it's kind of ruined by the incredibly bland voice-over by Jay Courtney.
Yep.
There's some nice shots, though, of the plane and the little kids looking out the window and he sees the missiles flying in the air. You know,
I think this is what they were actually, something similar that they were going to shoot for the ending of 3, but they decided not to because it was too soon after 9/11. But yeah,
okay.
Yeah, but no, it's effectively done with the apocalypse essentially happening.
Yeah, and then you see back to the steampunk world where I talked about on the last podcast, more of a Holocaust feel.
Yes.
So you see the humans being barcoded.
Yeah.
As they're being put into camps and stuff like that. So he went too far off the path there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love how they changed the classic photo we have had.
Oh, it's
in our
dreadful.
Insight. We've had this photo since the very first and we get this horrible redone picture with Amelia Clark.
It's horrendous.
If I was Linda Hamilton, I would sue for millions.
It's horrendous. And it jars, it sticks out like a sore thumb. As does she, sadly. You know, we're going from Linda Hamilton to and Amelia Clark. She has no presence. They try and make her a bit of a sort of badass girl boss type.
She's not.
She has no presence. She has no sort of command and authority. She looks like a child. You know, it's just bad casting.
I'd like the opening sequence. You had me with they're going in and they're attacking Skynet, and you got the old fashioned droids back, and they're doing the best to kick some ass.
We'll see the time
and
travel
then you
machine.
Realize what they're doing. Well, what?
We at last see the time traveling machine that they use.
And that's what I was about to get to. Thanks, Trevor. I hate life, guys. I hate life. I really do.
I'm just helping you out.
So here we go. He does it again. So, oh my God, I wish I was being terminated.
I'm like Matt Smith whispering in your ear. You know that he does to Jason Clarke.
Oh, dear God. Okay. Yeah, okay. So anyways, yeah, so as I don't know if you heard his voice over my narrating there, but yes, they're trying to stop the Terminator from going into these time travel thingy-majobber. Because obviously the Terminator is going to go after to the 1984 film. And this, I was like, okay, I'm into this. Oh, boy. So we're back in the original film. You even have the dumpster scene. You got Arnie coming back. I actually enjoyed it. I'm going with this. Jay Courtney's Michael Biehn. Nope.
The punks, the new actors you use for punks, jarred for me as well.
You know what's pissing me off about this? With all the technology, they could have easily brought those actors back or used the same scene and put them in there.
Yeah, totally.
They could that could easily been done with their permission. I'm sure Bill Paxton would have been fine with it.
Brad Thompson, yeah,
and yeah, in the gang, I kept seeing them saying no because I do like how give me your clothes, and then you hear you won't be needing them, and then there's Arnie kicking his ass. So I liked where this was going. Good Arnie fighting bad Arnie. Oh, sorry, the Guardian.
Yeah,
and I really did enjoy this. The only problem I have with you doing going back into the original, you need to have the original cast back for that.
Yeah.
You've got Arnie, which is great. The cops are throwaways. That's fine. And I love, like I mentioned, the new T-1000. But if you're going to do this, you need to have Robert Patrick back, and you need to have Linda Hamilton back.
Yeah.
And you need to especially have Michael Biehn.
100%. And even down to the details like the punks, Bill Paxton and stuff, Brent Thompson, they could have at least, got permission to use CGI their faces. I would say as well, the CGI is Uncanny Valley with Arnie's face. It was like they did with Rogue One with Princess Leia and, Peter Cushing was around the same period this was released. It does jar slightly, and you are sort of focusing in on the flaws of it, supposed to be young Arnie when it's clearly CGI grafted onto a stand-in's face. But whatever. At least we did get like the young Arnie, but we got completely different actors for all of the rest of them, essentially, which does jar a lot.
I still liked it. I thought it was clever, and it was fun. But the piggyback on your comment, you couldn't stop looking at it. It's the one reason when we get to the Mad Maxes is the reason George Miller had to recast Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
Because he goes, I could have easily de-aged her. Not that much. She still looks fairly young, but the problem is people will be more focused on the de-aging than they would the landscape she's shooting around her.
Yeah.
So that's why he didn't do it. So that's kind of what you just said a little bit.
Pretty
there.
much, yeah.
I still went with it. I still enjoyed it. I thought it was kind of fun. And you have me. I love the T-1000. I love the actor playing him. He doesn't speak.
I can buy the T-1000 more than I can buy the rest of him being recast because in my sort of head canon I can say,
well, he can reshape. He can become whatever shape he wants.
And yeah, exactly. So I can sort of run with that with the T-1000. But with for some reason the punks, and I know that's only like really tiny roles.
But that's a popular scene. People quote that all the time.
Exactly.
So you better be careful with it.
Yeah, exactly. It's they had me right up until the punks. So that and
yeah, we're on the same page so far.
Yes.
You've had me. I was into it. I was like, okay, you're doing something different.
Yeah.
You could have some mistakes. That's fine. I'll go with it. But once Jay Courtney gets into the car and he sees there's a T-800 there, this is where the film is done.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yes.
It's over.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So if you guys like, I'd watch the first 20 minutes and I'd turn it off. Or at least keep it on until the T-800 gets it. What do you mean the T-1000 gets it? Which, by the way, he gets it way too soon. He's the best villain. I mean, again, it's why can't these fucking people get the villain right? You have them. You finally brought back T-1 and you kill him. What? Not even halfway through the film?
Well, as soon as a child pops up, i.e. Emilia Clarke, and goes, "Come with me if you want to live," like this, like sort of like it's like a flipping, yeah, it's basically like a small kid, trying to be menacing and sort of authoritative, and it just that's me. I'm done. You know what I mean? I can't take this serious.
See, you should have got actors of caliber. I'm sure the other ones were busy doing Marvel, but Scarlett Johansson. Chris Evans would have been good.
Anton Yelchin.
Somebody.
He hadn't died yet. He was still alive. They should have brought him back for Kyle Reese.
Or even bring him back. Why not?
Yeah.
But he probably read the script and said, no, thanks.
The script, while I think probably looked not bad on paper, it's all over the place.
Oh my God, there's the line that the Guardian gives. You have to mate with him.
Yeah, I know.
And then she's like, I want to fall in love first. I'm like, oh, fuck me. Here we go.
Not only am I bored at this point with Arnie playing good guy Terminators, I'm also bored with the stupid, corny humor, when he does that smile thing, and stuff, and we need to mate and stuff. We've already seen this before, done a couple of times, in Terminator 2 and 3. It was shit then, and it's even more shit now, Give me a break.
Here's the plot. So, fuck me. So when the T-800 arrived in 1984 in Los Angeles, that's Skynet's T-800.
Yes.
When that is crushed and killed by Sarah and Pops.
Yes.
It's programmed. No, it was enabled by Sarah and Pops.
Uh-huh.
It can't be Pops. He wasn't there. A reprogrammed T-800 is sent by an unknown party. We never find out who actually sent the fucking T-800.
Yes, I know, which is convenient. Yeah.
Yeah. Sent Pops into 1973 to protect a young Sarah when she was 9 years old after her parents were killed by a T-1000 sent by Skynet.
Yes. Yes.
Couldn't see any of that. That would have been all right.
Yeah.
Can we see that scene?
We don't see the scene itself, but we see the aftermath again, de-aged Arnie with the sunglasses on as the protector of her. Yeah, I suppose it's sort of suggested that John may have sent it back, but it's never explained. This script is a convoluted mess, and while some aspects of it would have been fun, see with time travel, you know what I mean? You're going down a rabbit hole of all sorts of plot holes, and this is a prime example of it. So it is. So I don't know what the fuck's
but
going on.
films. If the film is good,
Yeah.
and you're with the characters, Back to the Future is a perfect example. You can get away with mishmash.
Yes.
You can get away. Well, what about this and this? This is taking itself too fucking seriously for us not to pick at.
But even
with Back to the Future, you're just like, fuck it, I don't care, I'm going.
But even I would defend Back to the Future in saying that although it appears there are plot holes, it's actually pretty watertight. Whenever you and it plays by its own rules, this rule book is thrown right out the window here. And see all this bullshit about 1973 and stuff. I mean, that's just a plot device to sort of have them change things up and have Arnie in it, basically, as a good Terminator. That's all that's there for. And the fact that they're so lazy they can't even be bothered to explain who sent Arnie back in 1973 is just it jars, sticks out like a sore thumb, like so much of the rest of this. They couldn't even be arsed, you know?
So all these years, they have built a time machine.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And
more bullshit. Yeah. So
okay, so Sarah Connor and Pops. I can't believe I'm saying Pops. The Terminator. You know what? I'm going to call it Pops because it's definitely not a Terminator anymore.
Yeah. No, I don't know what this is. Yeah.
They've spent 11 years preparing to travel to 1997 to stop Judgment Day.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And Kyle Reese convinces them, no, we have to go to 2017 instead because he thinks Judgment Day is going to happen now because of his memories tell him so.
He's having like double memories of two lives.
Because of the loophole or what do you call it? Whatever.
There's some line by Arnie where Arnie says, theoretically, this is, possible because, the timelines have changed. So he's experiencing two sets of memories. So
yeah, I get that. But here's what I don't get. We'll get to it at the end. I'm jumping ahead. I'm doing a Trevor. But I caught myself. See that? I caught myself in doing it.
Nothing wrong with being a Trevor.
Oh my God. So when they time travel to 2017 now,
yes,
can two people time travel together in the same? Won't they like mold and be freakyish?
Again, it appears that Arnie. Also, how does Arnie? Is he Doc Brown now? Him and the child, Emilia Clarke, are they like Doc Brown and Marty now, where they can just build a time machine out of spare parts in a fucking garage? Right. So I'm more concerned about how they actually built a time machine. I get that Arnie knows about.
Well, I get Arnie knows technology, and he's and maybe he built the other one.
No, but hold on. They're in the 1970s.
That gets a pass.
No, the technology of the 1970s and 1980s up to 1984.
Well, if you want to make this argument, then you can make the same argument by Back to the Future, the DeLorean.
But Doc Brown was a genius, and he had a flux capacitor.
You know what I'm saying? My point is, you just proved my point. Back to the Future gets away with it because the silliness and the fun, and you're having a great time with it. This one doesn't because it's taking itself too seriously.
And there's too much plot conveniences. There's way too many plot conveniences where it's just like they're basically saying, the audience are stupid, they'll not ask these questions, but we are, So anyway, right, long story short, Doc Brown, i.e. Pops, has made a time machine with a child.
So, okay. So Skynet's gone, which they took care of. They took care of already. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, they took care of it in Salvation.
Yeah.
And Dyson dying.
So you mean in Terminator 2?
Genisys?
Yeah.
Genisys is the new one.
Yes.
But people don't realize that that's actually Skynet in disguise.
Yeah.
And Doctor Who is the one implementing the plan.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, Matt Smith. Yeah, who here is called for some reason in the credits Matthew Smith, but anyway,
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
yeah.
He's being sophisticated.
Yeah, well, this is it. I think it was maybe he was trying to sort of establish himself at this time as a Hollywood actor, so he had sort of rebranded himself slightly. But anyway,
Well, he's, you know, good on him. He's done well with Terminator Genisys and Morbius.
Matt's a good actor.
If I was Matthew Smith, Matt Smith, I'd fire my agent in 2 seconds.
Right, but here's the thing: if Skynet was defeated in there's overlapping timelines here. I don't know, but there's overlapping timelines that don't make sense. You know, because because the events of this film rewrite and render moot the events of Terminator 2. You know, so see the way the timelines are so messed up here. It doesn't actually make logical sense within its own universe, or at least in my head. But again, it's another classic case of, the audience are stupid. We'll just have like a chase scene, or we'll have some action so that the audience don't dwell on it too much. It's basically smoke and mirrors. So it is, let's basically fool the audience by giving them an explosion.
You know, I said in the last podcast that near the end of it that this film has such hope. And I always never understand why they go a different direction. Do you never, when you watch the film, you're like, I'm into this. And then it goes fucking way out the fucking outside the box. And you had the T-1000 back played by awesome dude. Mm-hmm. I liked the O'Brien character, actually.
Sure,
I really enjoyed him coming back from the original. He's the one cop who survived and has always been trying to hunt these guys down since. Yeah. I liked that whole Mulder kind of character.
Yeah.
And then you had beautiful visual effects. They could have taken on an AI form, Alex, they call him, which is played by Matt Smith. Oh, sorry, Matthew.
Yes.
And
Doctor Who.
You had the bus scene, which was really fun. The helicopter stuff was cool. You had some.
I think the CGI is
all these good CGI. You had some. You had it there, and then you go off into. You know what it is? I'm going to say, oh my God. And then you had Jason Clarke, who...
He's a good villain.
What a plot twist you would have had if you didn't put him on the fucking poster.
And the trailer. They give it away in the trailer. I remember at the time, there was a whole outcry, and quite rightly so, when they give away the big twist in the trailer that he was basically the bad Terminator in this. John Connor was the villain. And they give it away in the trailer. I mean, this is just mismanagement.
Yeah, this is that studio.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think the director would have wanted.
Oh no, that would be the
would.
studio. It's studio mismanagement. So it is. But I would say, but aside from all that, giving away that in the trailer and stuff, and for me, the major problems here are the script running amok and being nonsensical. When you really examine it, they do try and get away with all of the action scenes, and thinking that the audience won't pay attention, but the major thing for me, even worse than the script, is Jay Courtney and Emilia Clarke. Jay Courtney's Kyle Reese. I don't know, even if it's just his acting or the way it's written. I think it's a bit of both, actually. Where's the vulnerability where you feel sorry for Kyle Reese? He's this war-torn, devastated, long-suffering guy that you feel for and you feel so sorry for and you relate to and you're rooting for. This guy, this is like some model who in some way has been no way affected by all the horrors he's seen and stuff. It's terrible. Yeah. Compare this to Michael Biehn in the original. This is it's like night and day. So it is. Emilia Clarke just has no presence, I'm sorry to say. She has the physicality of a small child, but yet they ridiculously try and have her bossing everybody about and, shouting and being badass action chick. Whenever she's shooting a gun, she looks like she's going to be blown back into the fucking next room. You know what I mean?
Well, she was wielding swords in Game of Thrones.
I'm not into Game of Thrones, but so I can't comment on that. But I mean, my 3-year-old niece would make a more convincing Sarah Connor, with a water pistol.
Yeah. So we got the T-3000.
Yes,
it's pretty much all that is nanobites.
Yeah.
They pretty much take over the body.
Mm-hmm.
And So there you go. That's what John Connor is.
I also thought,
because we see him get grabbed by Matt Smith.
Yeah.
As John was time traveling.
yes,
Another scene that should have been cut or handled better, because it would have made more sense if you had a picture of John Connor looking at as they're time traveling, and the camera could pan right behind his shoulder. We could have saw Matt Smith giving him a glare.
Yep.
That's all you needed to show.
Yep.
But once he grabbed him and his face starts changing and turning fire, well, you knew John Connor's dead. He's not getting out of
you didn't
this.
think it was going to be this easy, did you?
Yeah. So right there, you planted the seed. Oh, he's a bad guy now.
Yeah.
Why do that?
And also, as what
You can show that. You can show that in a flashback after he shows up and he's been revealed he's the bad guy.
Also,
But why do it so early in the film?
yeah. Also, I have to say, and I'm a Matt Smith fan. Matt Smith's accent is very inconsistent. He's English at the very start here, or it's like his usual sort of voice, and then next thing, whenever he pops up later on, he's like got this weird sort of fake American accent and stuff. It's just jarring, and again, I love Matt, and I think he's a great actor and a great guy, but it's just like, what's going on here? Yeah, apparently he was being set up to be a villain of the main villain for what was proposed as another trilogy that never happened, after this one was so critically panned and stuff. It's just, there's so, also I would say as well, the whole Genisys app thing, total play on Black Mirror. Black Mirror do that thing, like basically with every episode type thing. Yeah, it's just a mishmash of crazy ideas and bullshit.
And you have this bus scene, which I really enjoy just for the effects. But here's the problem. I figured it out.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. In Terminator, you had the violence. You had the innocence
Yes.
of Sarah Connor and the other Sarah Connors. Even in the policeman getting gunned down is a horrible scene. Fun as it is, it's terrifying seeing cops getting gunned down in their own home turf.
Yep.
It's brutal. The second one, you had pizzazz. You had really cool new state-of-the-art effects. You had a really badass villain. Some hokiness you and I couldn't stand, but it's still a solid little film, and you
It's a
love
blockbuster,
Arnie.
yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah.
It's Arnie. It's my summer eye candy.
Yeah.
Not Arnie is. That sounded bad.
It's Terminator Gold popcorn. Yeah.
We'll take it, no problem. And if Edward Furlong did get it in Judgment Day, or Sarah Connor did get it into, you were rooting for Arnie to save them.
Yeah.
And you felt sorry for Miles Dyson.
Mm-hmm.
You liked that character. These two hanging off a bus, I was hoping the bus would fall on.
Well, I was also.
Or they fall.
Yeah.
That's my point. My point is that you've got these effects guys working their asses off to give you some solid effort here, and probably even the director. Mm-hmm. But when you cast these two Muppets in this part, I could not give one rat's ass who died.
Well, let's just say
the only one I was rooting for was O'Brien and the Terminator. Well, sorry, the Guardian.
No. I was rooting for Jason Clarke. So was, and Matt Smith. Matthew.
Oh my God! And then after the bus scene, they get arrested and they're playing the Bad Boys theme.
I know. Oh, it's completely out of. You know what I mean? Just like ruins the tone. I know the tone wasn't exactly the most powerful anyway, but then bad boys, it's just cringe. And then like Arnie's like in the intervening years, Arnie's like had a hideout in the mountain where he's got all these guns, but he's also like become more human for some reason, even though he's an android, which doesn't make any sense. And he has her ghetto blaster, and like he started drawing like I don't know, maybe it was her pictures he has from whenever she was a child, we drawings, or maybe he drew them himself because he's like a fucking child himself, becoming more human. It's like, what shit am I watching here?
And then you've got there's a nice scene where they're flying these helicopters, right? And he goes, "I'll be back," and he self-sacrifices himself to jump into the other blades of the helicopter, which I thought was cool.
Yeah, but it doesn't make any sense.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
And then he comes back. He's got a little cut on his left cheek. I'm like, fucking hey, he would be a robot by this point. His skin would be gone. But fine, we'll go with it. Here's the problem. The Terminator 1 and 2, there was peril.
Mm-hmm.
There was dread. There was all these mixed emotions.
Yeah.
This played off like an Avengers film.
Yes, and I think
really cool effects.
Yep.
But they're getting away from these droids that they really would not be able to get away with. The other ones, Terminator 2, Salvation, and the original Terminator, yes, they got away, but it was a hard chore to get away from it. And that was just one fucking machine. And these guys are getting away from the cops, and it's just so, it's too easy.
There's no tension. You know what I mean?
There's no power.
It comes across like we're watching a video game here, you know? It's basically, you know, explosion and something stupid happens, and, you know, we've got wooden characters and actors in the roles. Sorry to say. Arnie looks tired and bored and just there for the paycheck and going through the motions. Arnie's just going through the motions here. So he is, sorry to say. And along with a load of plot holes within the script and stuff that doesn't tie in with the rest of the films, this is a complete mess. So it is. The stuff with Arnie jumping out of the helicopter when he says, "I'll be back," that was a scene solely to get him to say, "I'll be back." It doesn't make any sense because he just, like, you know, Jason Clarke, you don't see him and Jason Clarke fight when he jumps out of the helicopter, and then Jason Clarke just pops up at Cyberdyne Systems, and so does Arnie with a fucking spear or something, you know? It's like a superhero film, like you say, like an Avengers Marvel film, fused with watching somebody play a video game.
So when Arnie sacrifices himself to, you know, sucks the other guy into the time machine.
Yeah.
Which, again, you had me. Okay. Well, you did, because when Arnie gets it, I get upset. It's my Arnie. Okay. I'll be the first one. I mean, if you don't, then you're not an Arnie fan.
Yep.
And I don't think you really are, Trevor. You've always put him down. So when he gets sucked in, I'm like, oh. But when he fucking comes back as a fully formed T-3000 model, because the goo absorbed into him, and now he's a fully functional, back to being a badass guardian.
Yep.
I was like, oh, fuck me. Why are you killing me now?
Yeah. And he says, "I've had an upgrade," you know.
And then they go to the fucking farmhouse of young Kyle Reese, where Kyle tells them, remember, Genisys is Skynet. Genisys is Skynet.
Sure, they fixed everything. He doesn't need to tell him that now.
They say that, but he says just in case.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I don't
Who
know.
cares? Yeah.
But it gets
Who
worse.
gives a shit?
It gets fucking worse.
Yeah.
As he's talking to his younger self, Arnold and fucking idiot Amelia Clarke are talking, and she goes, Kyle Reese is a good man. Now Sarah can fuck him. Because that's what she wanted. She had to make sure she was a good man.
Yeah.
And that she loved him. Now they're going to go have yum time and make John Connor.
There's actually also zero sexual chemistry between the two of them throughout the whole film.
Oh, there's Sarah.
Yeah.
Best part of the film, though.
Yeah.
We get it. The end credits. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. For two reasons. A, it's my dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yep.
And the movie's over.
Do you know there's a mid-credits scene again tying in with the whole Marvel thing?
No, it's not.
No, not tying in with the Marvel, but there is a mid-credits scene.
What is it?
I just noticed it for the first time last night when I was watching it for this podcast. It's basically the wreckage of Cyberdyne and Matt Smith's hologram. Sorry, Matthew. His hologram appears very briefly again. That's it. So it is.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like setting up the sequel that never happened. Thankfully. This is like the true nadir of the Terminator series. You know, you talk about 3 being awful. At least 3 was in its own way a Terminator film. You know, this is, I don't know what this is. This is a bad fan film.
This is like what the perfect way. I'm not going to dig deep here because the filmmakers did it, so I'm not. This is the perfect way of explaining this. This is when if you go to the record store,
Yep.
right, and let's say the Eagles. I'm gonna get the Eagles box set.
Yep.
Right, their greatest hits. I'm all excited. I'm gonna get myself the Eagles box set. Right, I'm gonna sit down, put it in, and listen to the Eagles.
Okay.
And just chill. But you end up getting the greatest hits of the Eagles, played by Hanson.
Well, I hate Hanson. I
actually, I take that back. Hanson's actually kind of talented.
What? I hate Hanson.
But I actually, they are. But my point being, do you get what I'm saying with that?
Yeah. You know, it's like a poor cover band.
Yeah, they're trying to give us back what we want, but poorly done.
they're giving us the Terminator greatest hits, but like you say, but it's done by, I don't know, Girls Aloud. You know?
Yeah, or Aqua.
Yeah.
Ace of Base.
Yeah.
Does the Eagles. So that's what this film is.
Yeah.
And
No, I've got it. It's Terminator done by Westlife. There you go.
wow.
Terminator's greatest hits by Boyzone.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Actually, probably be better than this crap.
That's actually a pretty good metaphor. Actually, I'm proud of us with that one. Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna pretty much wrap that one up. I can't even give any more time to this piece of shit.
Yeah. Dreadful. And
all right, we're gonna
comedy gold for all the wrong reasons. You know,
we're gonna be coming back with Dark Fate. As I've been boasting about it, I really did enjoy that fucking film. It's violent and it's gritty, and it just throws no punches. And so I could be wrong. I got to revisit it again, but I remember going, fuck.
I'm looking forward.
Yeah, and it shows it's Cameron's work. So we'll see what happens here. And hopefully, out of the retrospective, we get 4 good films.
Well,
that'd be all right.
Due to Genisys being so terrible, I checked out of the Terminator series at this point, so I didn't watch Dark Fate. But I'm now, based on what you're saying, I'm looking forward to watching it for the podcast for the first time.
There we are. We'll get to that one next. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right, guys. Thanks for giving us a shout. Give us a shout on Instagram, CitizenFrame_podcast, and of course Facebook. And I guess we're on YouTube. Got a couple comments on YouTube there, and I guess we're on. That's how bad I am at managing this. I didn't know it was on YouTube. But hey, thanks for the comments. So keep them coming, and then maybe I'll respond.
Yeah.
I don't see everything.
You're not a Terminator?
Or do
You're
I?
not T-3000?
I'm the T-3000.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm Matthew Smith. Oh, sorry, Matt Smith.
You're J.K. Simmons.
Oh, fuck that. I get O'Brien, that fucking mess. Jesus Christ. Oh, my fucking luck. All right, guys, we're done. Have a good one.